Hello, everybody, and welcome to Demonology, an actual play podcast. We're on episode 12 of season 3, The House Crosses, and let's do our introductions. I'm Alex, and I'm the medium, and my pronouns are he, they.
I'm Siobhan, my pronouns are he, him, and I am playing Lord Benedict Brideshead, Ritualist.
Hi, I'm Fionn. I'll be playing Sir Rumford Umford. I'm like 6'5", really nice to meet you. And I'm happy to be here. And my pronouns are he, him.
Hello, I'm Mo. My pronouns are they, them, and I'll be playing Eli Swaphorn. Pew, 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 pew.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, needed to let that happen. Hi, everyone. My name is Felix. I use they, them pronouns, and I will be playing as Daffodil, who is Feybound. And so, just so hot, so sexy, and sexy, hot, really horny. Meow.
A wooga, etc.
Wow. Hi, I'm Sen. My pronouns are they, them, and I play Alda, who is a Presidium Knight, and they're really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. What happened last time? Does anyone remember? I remember that you assassinated a rat.
I have it lined up. I have it ready. In our last session, which covered episodes 10 and 11, we beat up Richard Brix at the end of episode.
Yeah, you did.
Episode 10.
In such a like montage of just doing things and getting it done.
Meeting with Fat Cod later on with Gerda. Then we went from there, because I was following my rat visions, to a lair of black rats. We then fought a rat wraith. Rumpert saw a man in peasant clothes, a middle-aged man, in his visions. And then we went back, but didn't yet reach Koge again.
Yeah. I think did we do some current hysteria dropping stuff last time? I feel like did that happen?
I think
No,
Rumpert
we made plans to.
Didn't Rumpert
We
do
did
a
drop
thing?
some hysteria, though. I definitely dropped some hysteria with Daffodil.
I thought so.
Oh,
So
with Bring
I think-
Mistletoe and Oak, yes.
So I think, as far as I remember, the plan was now go to bed,
Yes.
or like purely meet up with Gerda and Richard Brix and crew, then go to bed, do some agent stuff, wake up in the morning, and talk to Yetta Thrain, who's selling some balms and agreeing to meet you, in brackets Miriam Margolas. The other thing was, and have I written this guy's name down? I definitely have, but on my sheet somewhere, which makes it a problem. Johan,
Is that
the
Elizabeth,
guard,
Elizabeth Briller's fella?
the sort of like person in charge of watching the building site. When you killed the
Johan.
cockatrices.
That's his name.
I can't remember if Johan was meeting you this evening or tomorrow morning, to give you an introduction to Elizabeth Bieler.
Let's just have that be tomorrow morning. The evening is already
I think that
packed.
makes sense. Yeah, and like this is still the first day in Koge. So let's cut to arriving at the Fat Cod, which is where Felix tells me, hold on, I've got 4 things to do.
Do I now?
I don't know.
I think you were being read.
What the fuck were the things that I wanted to do?
No, I don't think you've got specific things to do. It's just that this often happens.
Oh, right. So, yes, that's true.
So does anybody
Have
have
you been
anything to
practicing
do?
that all week?
No, I just just occurred to me. I was like, right, let's go to this place. And I was like, oh no, people have plans, don't they?
So does this break the curse of nobody can do a Felix voice?
Oh,
Oh no.
Oh no, Wilcox.
This is what happens when you do a Felix voice. You get frozen.
See,
in
we
time.
lost you. We
okay.
lost you.
I just said, was that good? And I was cursed
Yeah, well, watch out.
That's what you get for hubris.
Fuck. Yeah, okay. So it's because Elliot's watching the football. Illegally. Because put him in there. Yeah. Anybody wanting to do anything before you arrive on the fat cod, or do you just want to get in there and chat to Gerda?
Let's get amongst it.
All right.
Let's get amongst it.
You have to go to the dock side of Koge. Just Googling Koge very quickly. So there's a little tappy tap sound on the keyboard.
You do them all the time.
I know. I've got to tappy tap to get Google Maps up. And then I close it, and then I have to tappy tap to get Google Maps back up. Yeah, you're it's on the north side of Koge near the docks. It's around the marina, which is gorgeous actually. Now I'm looking at it. We're just on the marina, looks beautiful. Love to see it.
The Koge Marina.
This whole season sponsored by Koge City Municipality. Anyway,
you know what? That should be a thing. But when this becomes super popular and we have to do, live shows on YouTube, that we should tourism agencies should sponsor us for making people want to go places.
Yeah. Love to do it. Just putting those vibes out there into the universe.
Manifest this, guys.
Visit Copenhagen. Give us money.
No one on the podcast has any vested interest in the financial success of Denmark. Isn't that right, Fionn?
Yeah, no one, none of the members of this podcast wish only the best for the nation of
Denmark. So yeah, you arrive in sort of you head sort of like pretty sparse roads that are still quite sort of like overgrown with trees coming out of the town until you get to sort of I don't know anything to say, but like it's maybe not dreary. It's sort of like semi-pleasant. Slightly rainy, but
those things are not the same.
Yeah, I know.
Pleasant.
I'm changing my mind.
Okay.
I was like, it would be dreary if it was an overcast day, but it's a nice, crisp, like slightly rainy summer evening, because it is summer, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it's summer. I can't remember.
It is. It's August.
And so it is. Yeah, it's pleasant. And you come to sort of like sparsely built like buildings by these marina warehouses. And one of them is the Fat Cod, and it seems pretty like the lights are on, like bleeding out into the street. And you go through you approach the doorway. You can hear sort of like speaking from inside, and as you open the doors, you recognize everybody in this room apart from the innkeeper, because it is literally just Richard Brix's crew and Gerda. And it's like they are just, this is theirs. This is clear, like the vibes are clear. They've just dropped money on the counter and said, this is ours now until we go. And was it enough money? Who can say? Was it too much money? I don't know. It was one of the two. It wasn't the right amount of money.
Let's get this party started, Sparkle Cocks.
Good evening, gentlemen. Gerda. Also, ladies, we hit in the head at some point. How has it been?
Well, I'd love to be seeing you again with some news to actually deliver to you, but unfortunately, it seems that the whole day you've wasted by stepping on my team's feet or smashing in their skulls.
Hey, we made very clear that no one's skulls were smashed in. There was
We even
falling
fixed
and there was healing.
His neck, didn't you, Eli?
Almost, but we didn't.
No, I did that. I healed his neck.
Well, he's upright and he's not dead. So why are we
He's not
complaining?
dead.
He
He's
is
not
the
dead.
person, like Richard is in the corner, probably like sat in like a booth, and he is like taking up the booth, and he's not sitting in what looks like a comfortable position. He is sitting in the how do I make my spine the most straight position.
Oh my
Yeah,
god, he
you
and
know,
I
you-
have something in common.
He gets some stretching on that. Go spend some time in a sauna. You know, he'll be sorted right out. The point
In fact,
is,
Richard, I could make you a kind of back brace. I've been studying my physiology.
I think in the corner he just he waves a bit and says, "That's all right. I'd rather none of you touched my back again for a while."
all
Are you
right.
sure about that?
Each to their own.
Older.
Some say I got the magic touch.
I think
We
actually you do notice that he like while saying that he definitely like looks at Daffodil a bit like considering like, do I mean this for everybody?
Well, we do know that Older likes their men a little bit bent.
Not just bent, but a full 360.
Doubled over. We're getting lost in the reeds.
We've
here.
gotten very lost. We've gotten very lost. We did find something, Gerda.
Well, how about we all sit down and we start? And she like gestures to the barkeep and says, "We'll have more food out. They will be staying here as well."
My thanks.
And it like gestures to sit down.
Oh wait, barkeep, before you go, do you have a dovecote here, or pigeon cages?
Google's dove cooked, and I am making my little tappy tap sounds loud.
Thank you so much. Smack, smack, boom, boom. Crash, crash. Har, har, har. I use keyboard.
I know how my letters work. I don't want to use. That's not a good name. I don't want to put this on that person. But I need a good name that I can remember. Lilian Kjeldsen. Lilian Kjeldsen.
Would you do me the big favor of putting that in the Discord chat?
No!
And make sure you tap it real loud.
Yeah, we should get you a mechanical keyboard just for these sessions. Make it atmospheric.
To be fair, that would be quite nice.
Very nice. Lillian Gildson. Thank you.
And she says, there will be one further into the town, but around here we send a messenger, unfortunately.
Fine. I shall do it in the morning, I suppose. Thank you, Lillian.
I don't know if they've got. I think it's difficult to translate as well. Like you got to like rack your brain to think of the Danish for dovecote. Oh, it's going to be just a direct translation, isn't it? Now
I hope so.
I'm not going to Google it. I'm not. Well, no, I am. Google Translate.
You could just do aviary. That's what it is.
English, Danish, fab. It's already there. Oh no, it is hard. Svelslag.
I should say.
Oh no, it's hard. Swallow stroke.
I'm going to say.
That's what she said.
That's what they said. That's what he said.
Stoke. No, Stoke. No,
I'm
it is
going-
stroke. Sorry.
What's going to happen is Benedict will attempt the actual word, and then he'll just end up saying aviary. He'll say voliere.
Birdhouse.
Just the bird. Where's the birdhouse?
Yeah. She says not around here, but maybe in town. So you know, you can do a little 20-minute walk back and forth to do that later, if you'd like. If there's one that's just going to be open.
I do want the message sent before the close of the day. Perhaps I should do it before bedtime.
I tell you, I don't. Make this a roll.
Just send one of what's her face's men. What are they doing here? Nothing.
Well, yeah. I mean, you can,
Gathering dust and injuries.
you have already significantly injured all of these people to the point where a 20-minute walk into town is not a fun thing to do after a day of being beaten up. But drop a relatively insignificant roll to see sort of like how well, like if you can just throw somebody into town for you.
All right. This is going to be. Is it command? Is it a simple command?
Yeah, go for a command. That's fun. Just like
Yeah.
you.
With the 3d6. Older, do you wanna help out here because you have military tactics? Can we do that?
No, military tactics. Well, no, like military tactics isn't going to work.
Wait, Older, you have psychology, don't you? I know you do.
Yep.
Good. Older's going to make this more intimidating because of, that thing they do.
Older standing next to a person will make it more intimidating. I'll allow that.
Yeah, Older, get real close. Older,
Do
get
you
real
mean
close.
graceful eye contact?
Look that man hard in the eye and I'll shout at him. All right?
All right, on my way.
Is this a demonstration of ventriloquism?
No! True fail. 2, 1, 2,
Full.
Oh.
Just a hard slot of failures.
Hey, I'll take it for you.
Does Alda get slapped in the face?
No, I'll take your
Just for staring into their eyes.
You will.
Give me your message and I'll take it.
I'm going to write it down.
Well, hurry then. Because I'm going anyway.
Oh. All right.
And like
Well,
this
that's kinda
guy will
what
now
thought.
like sidle up to you and watch you write it while sort of like, what could he be chewing? Something you don't know, but it smells. And he's like looming over you like, what message are you sending?
I'm sending. You're very close.
Yeah, I am. I'm curious. What message are you sending?
I am sending a message to my librarian. We need to initiate a search
You're a librarian.
for certain items.
Or certain
Yes.
items.
I'm sorry, are you my mother?
Maybe I am.
Well,
Would you tell your mother what certain items?
probably. She's a very trustworthy woman.
Do you often beat up your mother earlier in the day and then get her to send you messages?
Listen, now, I understand you're feeling rather delicate. We didn't know who you were. You
Benedict,
didn't-
mon frère, Benedict, I do not think the man wants to take our shit.
Benedict attempts a command, and the man commands Benedict.
I think you should shut the fuck up and go sit somewhere down and let the man rest. He's had a hard day. I'm very sorry. Is he one of the people I knocked on, whom I knocked on their ass, or is he
Yeah,
one who was
definitely.
trussed up by Benedict?
Well, I think the truth of this is he was trussed up by Benedict. And so I think, no, I'm taking the message.
All right. Fine.
Turns to Richard and says, I've been giving a command by our new bosses to take a message. So I'm going to take a message.
When he looks back at me, I'm just going to cast judgment. This man's getting on my nerves. So we lock
Touched by God.
eyes. Mm-hmm.
You got to roll for me again.
All right. What role do you want?
I think it's virtue. So this shouldn't be an issue for you, but I think it's courage.
All right. Courage. I don't have courage. I don't have compassion. Well, let's just go for it.
Can I give him a
46.
contextual dice of being sort of like of trying to intercede?
What I think you need to use something because I wasn't I wasn't.
Can I just
convinced.
kind of take the guy? Can I just kind of like take the guy by the shoulder and whisper in his ear and just be like, "Look, I'm really sorry about him. Obviously, we didn't mean to do this, and he's not a bad guy. He's just a bit of a pompous asshole. I'm sorry. You don't take the message. It's okay. We'll sort it out ourselves."
I think
Older is in this man's face. Rumpet is whispering in his ear.
Yeah, the whole time.
Right.
I think.
Can I interject?
What do you want to interject with?
As Rumpet's saying this, Older is just quietly echoing everything he's saying into the other side of his face.
All right, I will give a bonus dice, but I think if it doesn't work, it's gonna go more wrong.
Oh yes.
2 successes.
Yeah.
And one of them is on Rumpet's dice.
I will tell you. I don't know if you've ever seen somebody take the judgment of God to be a threat as much as this person has, but I think fortunately, like, it does scare him enough, and then the 2 other people on either side make him go, not got a problem here. You finish writing your message, I'll be over there. sat waiting for my commands.
I am sworn to carry your burdens.
Well, very good. That's a good chap. Find for me relics related to Paimon's nemesis. Find also for me Paimon's nemesis a great deal of affection. Benedict.
Benedict, your
Benedict,
handwriting is so
Benedict,
ugly.
Can you send a message also to my wife Fernanda Benenda and tell her to assist your librarian in anything that they need?
P.S. Please ask Sir Rumpet's wife Fernanda, the frightening Spanish woman, to aid you in whatever manner required.
And also tell her that I love her.
Kiss.
Can you also add that I also love her? And I think
Older-
about her?
Don't tell her that. Tell her that I love her.
Your husband and Older say they love you.
I slap him in the face. If I could read, you'd be in big trouble.
Elder just goes silent and stares.
Well, that's all of the message I am sending.
Cool. How does librarian work? When are you going to get this?
I'm outsourcing research to Jasper Fennywick.
Cool. I don't think I've got Benedict's character sheet, so I can't. Do I need it? I can't remember.
Jasper Fennywick is assistant station at Wotan may be used to outsource research to, but because he's currently in Copenhagen, because I sent him. Well, no, he's in Nyborg, so he's close to Copenhagen. So that's going to be our research base around there.
Cool.
Also had him bring books with him.
Librarian. Each day you may set any question to the librarian. By dusk that day, they will provide you with a more or less comprehensive answer. Yeah, all right. You're going to get a response tomorrow.
Lovely.
Write that down because I'll forget. I promise.
Oh, don't you worry.
That is a promise to you. That is a promise to you. I will forget. Surprisingly, the gentleman who you had your conversation with just now will deliver your letter. Had you not put the judgment of God into him, he would not.
I thought he might not.
And I would have gone, you would have said, I get my thing right now. And I would have gone, I've forgotten why I don't give it to you. However, I might have remembered that you weren't going to get it. But you sit down with Gerda.
All of us.
Well, you don't have to.
Well, no,
Who
we
sits down with
can.
Gerda?
Let's paint the picture. What is everyone doing? Daffodil is painting tattoos on their legs, which are obviously on the table.
Rumpet looks
Elder is
uncomfortable.
watching.
You
With
are
the legs.
going to be eating for dinner a fish stew.
Eli's definitely distracted by Daffodil's legs.
Roll for distraction on Daffodil's legs.
Does Eli remember any of this conversation?
My brain's gone blank.
Benedict.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be up front and center chatting with Gerda with my notes in front of me, my various scrolls and papers.
I'm glad somebody's paying attention.
And how about Alda?
Oh, Elder is also watching Daffodil tattoo themselves.
Right, so it's basically everyone watching Daffodil's legs and me working.
Rumpet's actively trying to pay attention to what's going on with Gerda and Benedict, but is sort of like
One eye on
every
the
so
prize.
often he just slaps himself in the face and like looks stoically at Benedict.
And one eye on the thighs.
Yes.
Hey. Yeah.
Am I right?
Fellas.
So you sit down with Gerda and she says, so you had something for me?
Yes. a profile of who might be the witch, and a very interesting trail from Etabangor's house to a lair of strange rats.
A lair of strange rats. Is this the same that Bard Scare is meant to have seen?
We have answered all the questions of Bart Scare. The hen, the cockatrice, his back hurting and his maid being sick, a hex bag, and seeing hell. There were rats ensorcelled so as to become windows into hell.
Very well.
We tracked them back, and they were attempting to in some way explode or turn into a wraith, and we killed one. Who has the wraith juice?
I have the wraith juice.
You want to show the wraith juice?
Yes, and I take out from a pouch on my belt the wraith essence in a vial. You see.
Interesting. Okay. May I look
At the essence?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You may also touch.
Up, it's you.
She's
Although
not
I
having
wouldn't-
it. She's not having no part of it. She looks at it and then hands it back and says, "It looks like useful things. But it sounds like you've also come up with a lot. And tomorrow you shall. Maybe we should set where we're going to go so that we don't step on each other's toes."
A
Yes,
fine
this is a
idea.
good idea.
I am visiting ladies.
Yes, we are visiting Yetta Thrain and Johanna Tomes. We were also trying to get access to Meta inside of her jail cell, but that may be.
Well, Meta and Johanna, because they are both in jail now.
Oh,
Yetta is not in jail.
No, Meta and
Meta, not
Meta.
Yetta.
well, so we have the prison, we have good Miss Yetta, we have also, well, I have also an appointment with Elizabeth Wheeler.
What about the giant woman in the forest?
The giant woman in the forest. Good Lord, yes.
Well, the music perfectly. Silence that bard in the corner. We will look into the forest.
Very good.
We'll have an answer for you.
I would advise some level of caution. I don't think it is of this realm and may not be.
I will
so
look into the forest.
Okay, well, they just might not be as gentle with your boys.
And,
it may be a Valkyrie, so please, again, tread lightly.
it's not true. I really wanted to say that she's killed a Valkyrie, but it's just not true. She killed a woman on a horse once. Anything for Richard?
Brix. Well,
Funny, the thing that I've discovered today while I was on my way here to rest and recuperate from the wounds that you delivered unto me. You said you're going to visit Elizabeth Bile.
yes.
Did you happen to know that Johanna Tomes' parents worked under her?
No, we did not know this.
They still live outside the home of Snenixkin, who Bile is staying with, an old friend.
This is Siobhan. Could you write that down? Right, back into being Benedict.
Elizabeth Bile, I'll just copy that out of my notes. He is staying with, I can't pronounce this first name, so I avoided it. Solve Svenixen. So Bile is staying with Svenixen, and Johanna Tomes' family used to work for Bile.
So they're maids. How did they work? In what capacity did they work for Bile?
As my understanding, it was a lot. They were practically masters of the house.
Interesting. A servant. And
why-
how did they die?
They're alive.
Why work
They're
not
retired.
working?
No,
They're
Hannah Toon.
they're old.
No. Meta Banger's parents died.
Oh.
Her parents
And
are
why
retired.
is she not working with them?
That is something I don't know.
No.
Maybe Tom's wanted something different. Maybe Bila had enough of the family. I don't know. I haven't found that much out yet. But I learned where Johanna Tom's house is, which is, as I said, next to Svenisson's. A nice part of Koge.
Well, that is saying something, considering how lovely everything is.
It is beautiful, isn't it? And now a word from our sponsors. Visit. Unfortunately,
I have so much more time to visit Koge since I can do all of my meals with HelloFresh.
I work a lot. Like, this has always been a thing about me. And when I get home, I'm tired and like I love to cook, but I just haven't had the time anymore. HelloFresh gives me that time. Saves me on all the meal prep that I just don't want to do. Saves me on the shopping that I just don't have time for. And otherwise, I just be ordering something in.
Product
And that's
placement.
also fine.
Hello Fresh.
Because I get
Alright.
more time to also browse the porns, and I don't have to worry about anyone finding out because I am protected by NordVPN.
I'm going to send all these ad
Well,
reads.
born from any country in the world.
I'm going to send all these ad reads through to HelloFresh. We're going to get that money.
Yeah.
I use
need to now.
NordVPN to bypass location locks on Netflix. I don't. I use a different VPN, and I won't say which one.
Keep it close. Keep it secret.
Gatekeep.
We all out here girl bossing. And Gerda says that she would love to give you more information, but you beat the shit out of the fact-finding team, who would have found something out about Meta, but
Oh, that is totally fine. And as I say this, Daffodil like put their whole body on the table and like swivel around to face Gerda, and we'll pull out the diary and say, so you see right here, it says that not only was she really a person of no specific import apart from being a woman, which obviously makes her superior, but that these rats were targeting her with no, at least apparent to her, ulterior motive. They gave her nightmares and visions of hell, would watch her for the whole night, and then leave. And no matter how hard she tried, she could not get rid of them. So she was not sleeping with rats. She was being slept with by rats. And we also saw something interesting about liberal interpretations here, but we imagined this was an omen about the ulterior motives of this witch, whereby they would like to rebuild the image of this town, but in a hellion way. Her writing is quite neat, though, as you can see right here, and shove it right in her face.
Largely, we suspect that a witch trial is being put on, or rather a witch panic is being created in order to sow hysteria. If there is a larger amount of panic in the air and people doing the bad evil things, then there's far easier to bring a person, or rather a king of hell, over into the land itself, or
And you
something
see,
like that. I don't know.
We have managed to postpone this ridiculous exercise as we have secured agreement that no trial is going to happen for the next 3 days. More time for you to have fun in the forest, I guess, watching big women and such.
the funniest thing is, I had to take Gerda off my Committee Against Witchcraft organization because you found her before she officially joined it. So like there's a degree of poaching that means that she's actually like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. found.
Becoming blue pilled.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Is there anything you would like to do before the evening? Because I think you've got everything you're going to get out of
Eli.
Yeah, we've got some agents to.
I've got
move about.
my little agents that can.
The little agents that could.
That might.
That can sometimes.
Some better than others. Who have I got
Tell
with me?
us,
We've got
what are they
Marriott,
doing?
Swithin and Wallace. Yeah.
Yes.
Wallace goes on Yetta.
Yes, because they are already close, or they know each other.
Yes.
Can we send someone to watch the prison?
I was
thinking
going to
that.
say the same thing.
Yeah. I'll do it.
No, Alder, you need to
No,
rest.
it's okay.
No, we have
We have agents
we
for
have,
this.
we have a man for this.
It's alright, no worries.
Son,
can
what
do
is your
it.
constitution? Because you could
Two?
roll in the morning to
Two?
not
Yeah,
be
that's,
encumbered.
like-
Two.
If you want to watch the prison, you could find out how to get into it.
That's casing a joint. There's casing a joint.
Well, in Constitution.
Well, the Constitution would just be not being tired in the morning.
Yeah.
I see. And when
like
did you
it.
say that I would need to do the thing?
Well, you can definitely watch the prison.
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
can tell
It's endurance, and you've got endurance. I was just checking
Would
if it
they
was
be able to
fortitude, but-
accompany an agent so that they're kind
Yeah,
of
because Aldo would be
I'm
rolling
so
better
happy you
than
have
the
my
agent.
character sheet.
I would let the agent just help.
Yeah, the agent would be an extra dice.
So that would be 4 dice.
Oh my god, and I can hold hands with them.
Wallace.
Oh my
No,
God.
Wallace has to go with Yetta.
Yeah, Wallace.
So it
is
has to
not
either be
one.
Swithin or Marriott.
We just wanted that fail dice from Wallace,
I
and
know.
it's just that all night he's just like, "Are we going to stand here?" Well, hold on. There's a bar just there.
I'm not sure
What's
the move then?
to possibly Swithin going to the prison as a burglar.
That would make
That
sense.
would be perfect. So,
What could Marriott do?
did Marriott
not
have
her
a plus
wonderful
1
powers.
to do something?
Oh, plots against Hans Bartskare.
Yes.
So, there is the recruit insider, which means, and actually, I'd give you potentially a bonus dice for if you were trying to recruit Rigitza, because Felix did some wonderful radicalizing.
Yes, I did.
The groundwork's there. I reckon Marriott could do that.
Yeah, send Marriott to recruit Rigitza.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah.
Marriott
that
would
is-
literally be doing, the commoner's version of the devil and the witch. Are you not tired of living like this? Do you not yearn for more?
What's Wallace doing exactly?
Uh,
I think
Good
just keeping an
question.
eye on her.
maybe
Just
going.
yeah.
I don't know because
Because we know that they
She
were
was-
harassing Meta Bangers, and Johanna Terms is already in prison, so Yetta is in danger in some sense.
Yeah, so she was staying just south of the bridge, and I gave it a really fancy name and I've forgotten it, so lol. Oh well. I'm not going to do that again. I'm blocking my brain from doing that again. So he's
Brigade
going-
View. She's
It's
staying
also-
on the Brigade View.
Brigade of you. Well done. I'm gonna write that down. Where do I want to write that down? Maybe I already did write it down.
would Wallace be gaining any information of that, or would it be almost like kind of gaining an ally or
No, it's
Just
babysitting
watch.
to make sure she's
babysitting?
safe.
Cool. Oh no, Wallace is a bad choice for this, but it's gonna be Wallace.
Well, what you could
He
do
has
is
never
swap her-
died.
is
you-
Wallace
you-
an actor?
True.
Is
He's
Wallace
an actor,
Wallace
yeah.
is an actor, yes.
So he's good at recruit insider. Like you should recruit. You should do 2 recruit insiders and 1 is Yetta. Like because like
Okay.
Wallace has a bonus to this. Like
But what's she an insider too? What are we recruiting her for?
I mean, this is the thing. Like, they will be useful on plots later. Like,
Also, she has stuff, thingies.
Okay,
Like,
I think Wallace
and
should do that then.
this is absolutely, this is what Wallace is always doing, and like I've been
This is his
deliberately
passion.
saying this deliberately with my brain, that Wallace is always going out and just drinking with people and
And
getting them on side, and
having a
people are like,
chat.
"This Wallace guy's all right. Did you know he was part of the RSC? I don't know what that is."
But he seems pretty happy about it.
Yeah, he recited a sonnet, and it is in English, and I don't speak that, but you know,
But it sounded pretty impressive.
it was just
What
it was
I've just realised
poetical.
is that Wallace is a bit like being friends with Siobhan, and that you show up in places, and you're like, oh yeah, this guy, I know this guy. Why? How the fuck do you know him? And you turn to Siobhan like, I have no idea how I know this man. That exact thing has happened to me so many times.
What, do we have a face cast for Wallace? Like, is there an actor that we think
Siobhan.
Wallace is? Oh, well, yeah.
Oh, I don't think we do.
No, we don't have a face cast. It can't be me because he's not black.
No,
I
definitely.
like I'm
He's a
like
weaselly
I'm
little man.
going towards Mark Rylance, but he's not Mark Rylance.
It's not Mark Rylance. He's younger. He's younger.
He's
He's
Ben
got a-
Kingsley in the Iron Man movies.
What,
He's the rat guy from Fleabag.
Oh
The one
my
with the big
god.
teeth.
Yeah.
Wait, Jamie Demetriou.
Jamie Demetriou. Yes.
that's
Yes.
incredible. That's such a cool shot. This is brilliant. I love it. It's
that
not what I
works.
was expecting, but it's next level. I'm all over it. If in the TV adaptation of Demonology we got Jamie Demetriou to be Wallace, I would die. I'd be so thrilled. Oh, because it's like how in 1899 they had those two Twitter comedians playing the like
Oh, the shovel guys.
yeah. And I was like, how do I know these guys? Oh fuck, they're in bits. They do bits. Anyway, cool. That sounds good. So let's get 2 recruit insider roles, which what is Marriott?
Assassin and operative.
Right, yeah, that doesn't help her.
But she does
gets a
have the
+1,
advantage die
so
with
2
these,
dice,
so she gets 2 dice.
and then
yeah.
Wallace is also 2 dice because he's got a bonus 1 for being an actor, and then 4 dice from Alda.
Do I do those 2
Well-
die separately?
Yeah, do 2 and 2.
Sorry, I forgot what we're doing. Dennis was licking his ass.
Yo!
Oh,
Damn.
4 dice to go watch The Prison.
Mm.
Oh.
Uh,
This feels like a time where that's not going to work.
I've overgone.
Eli, you could try and fake this.
Can I with the
Am I
agents?
rolling?
Yeah. It's a
What are
normal
you
roll.
rolling?
And
You're
you're not
rolling 4
rolling anything.
dice.
4 dice.
I'll fate point this.
Come on, because this one's got to be Wallace, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, Sen.
Woo!
Oh,
Yes.
Sen.
Aaron. Yeah, that's a
Woo!
success. That's a
Very
success.
good.
Whew. Right. So, same questions for Marriott and Wallace, which is so you get to pick 3. The insider won't tell anyone about this contact, so the agent doesn't go to ground. The insider didn't need to be bribed, so you don't need to spend a resource. The insider gives +1 expertise to a plot they have privileged access to, and 4, the insider will join as an agent. So, if you would like either Regitza or Yetathrain, is that the right name? That is, as an agent, you can have them. And you could, for example, the easiest one is drop a resource, or lose the expertise in a future plot. However, you could just get all 3 of the bonuses and then like, oh, it's fine, I don't need them as agents.
I don't think
I'll-
I particularly need them as.
I'll tell you, Regitz is not going to be a great agent, but like,
No.
yeah, like, probably. Oh, I want to say, spy fence.
Oh,
I don't
That's-
have any of them.
You don't have spies or fences.
Instead of being sent on a plot, this agent may make an acquisition test using their expertise +1. Swap out the "it is cheaper than expected" option for "the agent doesn't need to get around."
Sure. I mean,
Well-
if there's,
Well,
might as well.
so
But who would you be sending to ground? Wallace or
you don't.
Wallace was on the Etta.
Yeah, for use in this scenario, I think you'd need one person to not be an agent. But then again, Marriott could just be an operative. So Marriott could just work with you and be a companion and not go on like missions, and you could like instead swap out Yetta and put her on missions.
Oh, that is
Yeah.
maximizing your reach there, Eli.
That's kind of fun.
That's gains. That's gains.
That is games.
But yeah, again, you don't need to go with Yetta if you don't want. So essentially, the insider won't tell anyone about this contact. The agent does not need to go to ground. It's probably best to pick that in both cases so that you're not getting rid of anybody.
Yeah.
Then the option is to you. Do you want them to give an expertise to a plot or drop a resource? Or you don't have them as an agent. So like, let's go Regitza. She's not being an agent, so it's all good. Do
Mhm.
you want Yetta to be an agent, or do you want to drop a resource or not have her useful in a future plot that they might be particularly useful for?
I guess have her as an agent.
Cool. So dropping a resource or
Yes.
yeah, cool. So yeah, your 3 plot agents are now Yetta, Wallace, and Swithin.
Well then.
Swithin doesn't exist. I still barely remember Swithin apart from sort of like sexy sultry vibes in a prison cell.
Yes.
Sexy, sultry vibes in a prison cell.
was very
Drag
sultry.
name.
Swithin Elton? I've got down. as
Swithin
his name.
Elton.
Yeah. Wrong way around.
What's Yetta's?
Yetta
Thrain.
Thrain.
Thrain. Yeah, cool. It's just a reminder, spy fence.
Fine.
Already an expert agent. I need to toss a coin. Do I have a coin on me? No. Be right back.
We also have
Which one was
Sensing
Yetta
to be
Thrain?
Miriam Margulies, herbalist woman type.
Oh, good. Yeah.
I've got a coin. We are going to be doing some midnight actions for our hand. Let me just find them. I know what the first one is, but I just want to make sure I'm maximizing. We're preparing a spell. Fuck! I dropped the coin. This is good listening. Heads. Cool. Rumput, there is something in your dreams as you see the head fully emerge out of the fire.
Oh.
What do I see other than a head merge out of the fire?
Your head emerge out of the fire.
Do I recognize the head?
Nope. I'm not giving you anything else apart from I'm telling you that the thing that was happening has happened.
Oh, Lord.
I'm just being a little nice. I'm just being a little nice here. It's another heads. Cool. Hysteria is at 25.
All right.
That's pretty
all
low.
right.
That's pretty
all
low.
right.
Like, yeah, I'd be pretty happy about that.
No fairy party yet.
Yeah, no, you're all good. Everything's coming up Millhouse.
All right, everyone, strap in and get ready to be fucked.
Yeah. I've actually already got my strap for it.
So, let's I really feel like, oh yeah. Johan is there in the morning. It seems like there is a slight disagreement happening downstairs. Who's the first to wake up in the morning? I mean, maybe Alder returns first. Yeah. Alder arrives back, no sleep. Yeah, what was watching the prison like? You don't see anything, nothing bad or untoward happens. You I think you see, however, you see, I don't know why I'm scrolling down Rumpert's character sheet expecting to find my notes.
It's always nice to have you here, though, Alex.
If it's because it's the only character sheet I have access to. Although I do now have Alders, but I just closed it, so that's annoying. I'll have to find that again later when I've got a spare brain cell.
Did Alder bond with the sexy, sultry Swithin?
Yeah, well,
I know. I'm just like really happy that I cleaned it up because it was previously full of like handwritten notes and I couldn't read any of it. And I was like, I just need to fix this up and send it to Alex because for the most part, I'm like, kind of, I do know what I'm doing, but not to the first extent. So,
yeah, I mean, it's good. It's good stuff.
Oh wait, in the nighttime, I realize I actually have a station of damage. I'm going to roll a medicine test on myself.
I'm sure that's how it works.
Yes, it is. I can medicine test myself.
I'll trust you on that. Injury and healing. Yep. Cool.
Am I accurate in that? While I sleep, I didn't fucking do it anyway.
You didn't do it anyway. It's fine.
Could Eli?
Where are you rolling?
Doctoring?
In the wrong channel. That's
You
why.
are.
mhm.
Well, now you have to re-roll it in the right channel. That's
Yeah,
how it
you're
works.
right. You're right. I do. And look at
Hooray!
that. Because nobody
You
saw
can
it. It
copy
wasn't
and paste
real.
your results. Okay.
Oh no, you don't. Oh no, yeah, you are right. Yeah, resistance or medicine test. That took me a while.
Don't worry. I'm all healed up.
That's some cheeky operations that I don't quite support. I'm just like, oh, I just rolled it in the wrong Discord channel. Some
Don't
dice
worry.
were rolled.
I'm really cut off about it too. And
But yeah, Alder, you were watching the Prison Overnight. Did you bond with Swithin, Elton?
Say that again.
Did you bond with Swithin, the person that you're doing it with, Eli's agent? Eli, do you want to say a bit more about like what Swithin would be like over the course of the night?
Oh, he's very masculine. He's not necessarily cold, but definitely probably quite reserved, but he does have the smoothest, sexiest voice you've ever heard.
Yeah, he feels that was my vibe. He feels professional, sultry.
Mm.
We played a very fun version of Truth or Dare, and it was just Dare.
Did you fuck?
What do you mean?
At one point in the evening when you weren't fucking, I think it's evident that it is the like watch captain who you can piece together from previous conversation that this is Koge. Comes along, dismisses somebody. The person who remains gets money. Like he just palms money to them. This is like they're doing the look around like no one's seeing this happen. It's corruption. Like you witness a little bit of corruption. That's a little thing that you can see watching the Prison Cell overnight is that Kaj has got some corruption going on, and like there are members of the Watch who are also corrupt, and there are members of the Watch who are sent away when those conversations are happening. Kaj is on side with Arta Hoj and Hans Butzke, the Committee Against Witchcraft.
Excellent.
Mm.
Excellent. We could engage in some blackmail, I think.
Yeah, that's something you see. But yeah, Johan is there having some trouble with Richard Brix's people when Alder, you walk through the door with Swithin holding hands. And and Johan turns around and you get the sense that I think you're the person that Johan least wanted to see of the group, but it's like, hey, see, you recognize me? I'm here. I'm on Elizabeth's behalf. I'm here to deliver you an invitation to a meeting. You understand? An introduction.
Yep. Nice to see you too.
Good. Okay. So, and then like turns back to like probably the same person who was being a dick last night about the message. And like they don't back off. And Johan says, okay, well, she'll be expecting you at 12 for lunch.
Lunch. Ooh, lunch. Anyone else want lunch? Or can I just have all of your lunches, please?
I think nobody's downstairs yet. It's just like all of Richard Brix's people.
I'm just like staring at the person I'm talking to. I'm just like, you will feed me extra, right?
Sure, you'll get extra. I haven't said how many to
Are you
expect,
sure? Like,
but
I can give you something in return.
I've got work to get to. I'm off to the building site. If you need me, I'll be at the building site. Otherwise,
All right, it's fine.
all right, bye.
Bye.
Are we in our rooms now?
You can come on down. You can.
Yeah.
I don't want to yet.
What are you doing in your room?
I am looking into a bassinet of water, and I am asking for guidance from my patron as to what I would like to see a vision of the type of work our witch does in their civilian life. If it's a trade, if they're a stripper, if they're a double stripper.
A what?
A double stripper.
Triple stripper.
That's
They
when you
do-
peel the
That's
skin
when you
off
do
afterwards.
That's when you
yeah.
like take off 3 layers: your clothes, your skin, and whatever it is that covers your bones.
Oh, it's the Hellraiser package.
It's
Disgusting.
actually a Cronenberg film called Patricia the Stripper.
I'll tell you what. I watched my first
Isn't that a
Cronenberg
pretty
film the
drink?
other night, and I was actually quite disappointed.
Which one was it?
Scanners.
Oh, you didn't enjoy the head explosions?
I did, but the rest of it, I just thought was a bit crap. Like the trailer, I was like, this looks fucking camp. And then the film was just like Terminator.
Ah, a shame.
Terminator's a bit camp.
Terminator's good, but like Terminator did Terminator better than Scanners did, and I was expecting like weird fuck off shit from Cronenberg. I didn't get all the way to the end, so maybe there was going to be some weird shit at the end, but like I was just like, whatever.
Y'all seen The Fly?
I haven't. It's my first Cronenberg. I feel like I went in the wrong place.
Absolutely. I think. Who's in it? Who's in it?
Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff
Is that
Jeff
right?
Goldblum.
Goldblum. It's so good.
I do want to see Jeff Goldblum turn.
Getting
fine.
sidetracked.
It is vile.
We are
Yeah.
getting sidetracked.
We are.
We are.
We're just hanging out. We're having a chat. This is how podcasts work, right? Yes. Yeah. I was giving myself time to think about a vision. Just to double check, your patron is the Morrigan, right?
Mhm.
Right.
How dare you forget?
I don't have your character sheet. I haven't seen it in like
We are
12
still
weeks.
wearing coats made out of raven feathers.
We are still doing that. Yeah, we've not stopped doing that.
Yes.
Oh God, yeah, we look really intimidating. Oh,
It's the night watch, but sexy.
Yeah, that's it. You see the shape of Europe form and almost like rise out of the water. And you see just the plates underneath the earth start to crush together. And you see after mountains rise and like you see fires burn and volcanoes erupt in that war, in that crush together of plates, and they are crushing together tighter than they ever have in the history of this planet. They are just, and the plates are not. Well, obviously, I doubt Daffodil has a complete geological understanding of tectonic plates, considering that understanding has not been imparted to the world for several 100 years following. But I'm sure that somebody's worked it out in some culture at some point previously. But the tectonic plates are not on tectonic lines; they are on country boundary lines.
Which Europe are you talking about? I just want you to tell me what the map of Europe looks like in the 1600s.
I don't know. I say Europe, so I don't have to think about the specifics.
You carry on doing that. I'll give them the specifics. It'll sidetrack you more.
Yeah, it will. I think it's including. I'm not going to put my foot in it. I don't know. But like Europe. Yeah, these country boundary lines are crushing into each other, and they are sparking volcanoes and mountain ranges, and eventually it doesn't subside. It reaches like its conclusion, which is just chaos and like violent fire, and what sprouts on the land are small saplings.
Okay.
There you go. It's confusing.
Thank you.
I love to do a little vision.
Thank you.
I think
I
that
see.
communicates it fine.
Look at that fucking Ottoman Empire sitting on my fucking country. Rats.
Is this in the Discord?
It is.
Bohemia was fucking huge.
Yeah,
It was fucking massive.
I love the bit that says Swiss. Nothing changed.
It's
Just
It's the Swiss. It's
They've
the
been
Swiss.
doing it. They've been doing it. Yeah, like it's you've got the Ottoman Empire in there. I think it you know, this Europe does include swathes of what we would now call Africa and Asia.
I would also like to tell the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth to go fuck themselves. They have been messing in my country's business for quite some time.
All right,
Oh.
Felix is uncovering historic beef. We have to move on.
1648 map.
Once you start
1648
getting
map
into
of England and
17th
Scotland,
century
much less
nationalism, it's
into
time to skip ahead with the plot.
Well, anyway, Daffodil will go downstairs and wait for everyone else.
Why do I know
Oh.
Wallachia? Why am I thinking about Wallachia?
Wallachia is
That is
where,
there. That is one of the three.
You're thinking of Dracula. That's what you know of it, because
That's-
our Dracula is
I'm thinking
actually.
I'm thinking about Dracula.
Yeah, you're thinking of our Dracula. in
Wilcox,
this
you
game.
think about Dracula a lot, to be fair.
I do. Yeah, I do. I have quite like I have opinions about that book. Anyway, we don't need to go into those. That's a side podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to do a podcast about opinions on Dracula?
No. We must carry on.
Sponsored by HelloFresh.
I get home.
No garlic version.
An old VPN.
I didn't know much about Wallachia until I did a course on
The
Skillshare.
And if you're interested in really sharp things going inside your body, we are sponsored by Adam and Eve. Get your first toy from adamandeve.com.
We've got to get one of these. We got to get one of these sponsors now. We've like called out for multiple times.
You heard about
Let's-
Audible?
Oh,
You
no.
can get a free audiobook on us right now.
No.
Fun, but try
Make
it.
it stop. I don't want to
Wanna
learn
read
anything.
Dracula?
No.
Email Amazon and said that we said you can have a free audiobook. Jeff Bezos's email is public.
Bezos?
Bezos? I don't know.
Bezos.
We've gotten terribly into the
Bees?
weeds.
He
Jeff
doesn't deserve getting his
Bezos.
name right.
Yeah, like he's got too much money for it to be correct.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, we are downstairs. Alder is getting the invite. Daffodil comes down. They're like, wow, you smell like cum, you dirty whore. Now what?
Congratulations.
Maybe round two. If you're
Rump, I
interested,
just want
Daffodil.
it to be known that Rumpert and Eli have been up for hours, just like chatting, shooting the shit, not talking
Absolutely.
about. Just like, yeah, so I don't know. I really love her, but I'm not sure. I didn't know. I
Like
was ready to
cross-legged on the
settle
bed, like,
down.
I totally understand what you mean,
Your
Gentlemen,
legs are kicking in the air.
Just a couple of
Gentlemen.
besties hanging out.
are you just talking?
Yeah, come in. You want some guy time?
Yeah, go on then. Actually,
As you enter the room,
Join
you see
us.
like Rumpet's full cock and balls. Like he is completely naked on the bed.
you know what? Maybe we can have guy tie later. Let's
You
go
don't want guy
downstairs.
time now?
No, let's have
Oh, but
breakfast.
it's
Eli's naked too.
I can see that.
Slowly, like trying to put his shirt back on.
Eli's coy about it.
He's a little embarrassed.
Yes, come
It's nothing
downstairs.
sexual.
We'll.
Just guy time.
I'm quite sure I wouldn't know. I'll be downstairs.
All right.
I think we might have to cut
Put
guy
on a
time short.
singlet.
Wallace arrives. Marriott arrives. Yetta is with Wallace. Not like that.
Mm.
Not naked.
No. No.
Oh. He tried his best.
I don't see Jamie Dimitri pulling Marriott.
Miriam Margulies. Yeah,
I can see him
it's-
trying.
It's pretty much different universes at that point, isn't it?
Oh,
Not
that's
even the same
incredible.
ballpark.
That's impossible. Could you think about them side by side? I can't.
No,
Anywho.
I'm doing it. I can do it. I've done it.
They arrive. And can anybody tell me what you were going to talk to about with Yetta this morning?
Yes, we can. First of all, Joy. Welcome, Yetta. It's so lovely to see you here, though a little bit disappointed that we're not having the lovely lunch at wherever you wanted us to dine at. How are you today?
Benedict is visibly upset that they can't go for a lovely brunch. He takes off his hat and fancy gloves and sits down in front of the half.
Does Alder tell anybody about the fancy brunch you're going to have?
Older can keep a secret.
In an act to hoard more for yourself.
Alder will be the only person going to see Elizabeth Beeler at lunch, and nobody else will be coming.
Jealousy issues.
Well, breakfast here is not as nice as it could have been, but Yetta is here, and it's going to happen. She sits down, and she says, "Well, I had a good conversation with Wallace, who said that you seem to be fine people, and I was potentially mean to you last night, and I'm here to apologize."
No, don't apologize. Just do it more.
Don't listen to them. Thank you for apologizing. We apologize if we made your life difficult in any way.
And now, if we can continue our discussion, then I think that would be agreeable to me before I go and open up my stall. Lord knows you're the first people to accost me in the street in a nice way rather than everybody else in Koge.
Well, you see, that is the problem, isn't it? So we've already introduced the issue of women being wrongfully accused of things for the purposes of God knows what. However, we just wanted to clarify that, as you might already be aware, the situation is getting more difficult, and we fear that because of your knowledge and for being a more interesting person than whatever the hell this place has to offer, that you too would fall victim to wrongful accusations. And so we wanted to offer to keep you safe, and we would also be interested in whether you had any specific insights about who we should be wary of. And lastly, do you happen to know of anyone that tends to an orchard?
I don't know anyone specifically who tends to an orchard, but there are the majority of farmsteads are on the south side of the city. I've passed through a few on the way to get a few bits and pieces, but I didn't get names or long stays.
That is all right. We shall deal with that.
But the worst of the people in the square is a woman who I spit on the floor in front of, if I didn't care about exactly what you say. woman Ingeborg Yule. She is stirring fires, and there is another man who is very happy to stir a fire when it would have been more tact, by the name of Robin Ibsen. I've gotten a sense of immediately from both of them. Ingeborg will bitch to others immediately without any care as to who could see this. But Robin, he will be more careful. He's just a cooper. But it's clear that he's not just selling barrels in the square. And I'm not saying there's anything in his barrels. I'm not saying that he's selling anything hidden amongst the other woodworks that he has to offer. But he is there not so he can make his money selling barrels. He is there so he can keep his eyes on people. And he is there so people can come to him.
I do have to say, as Felix, that this market square is literally Romania. That's how everything happens. Your business is everyone else's business.
Rumpert turns to are there any of Richard Brix's men in the room, or Richard Brix himself?
Yep, they're having breakfast.
I turn to Richard Brix and Rumpert's like, do you know of a cooper who perhaps you're a criminal, right? You know of a barrel man who smuggles things in barrels?
No, he doesn't smuggle anything in barrels.
Oh, well, what does he do then?
That's I came here looking for jobs from the gentleman that is described. He may or may not lead a small organization of enterprise.
So he's like a criminal.
He's a crime lord.
A crime lord? Is that good terminology? Do you have like a?
Yeah, it's not inaccurate. It's not inaccurate.
All right, crime lord. I'll write that down.
The word is the majority of his business these days is it is smuggling, but it's not about the barrels. That would be a bit too obvious for him. It's across to Sweden.
What does he smuggle?
Well, anything if you pay him for it.
Oh, that's probably good. Best not to specialize.
Money, people, food.
All right.
Yes.
Now,
Well,
that's a bit of a touchy subject with Sweden, so I'd keep that to your chest unless you want Robin to pay me a considerable amount more to murder you. Then I'm
yes.
I'm sure that would go very well for you. History would prove that.
Exactly. I don't want to be put in that situation where I'm having to choose between a mountain of money and my life.
Yeah, there we go. That's better phrased. Pleasing to me.
Good morning, Brix's merry band.
They all echo the sentiment of yes, we'd shoot you if we were told, but we don't want to try it.
Did I have a visitor this morning from Lady Brille?
the one with your message just looks at Alder and says, "You all had a visitor."
Well, let's not be mysterious now, whatever your name is, after the last time. Just be forthcoming.
Little posh man working for the money. Yeah, he came across.
And he had the message.
Yeah. I guess I'm your messenger boy now. Is that right?
If you'd like.
Well, I wouldn't have thought I'd have to deliver it after he delivered it himself.
Okay, so Alder, was this delivered to you?
No,
All right,
You're lying,
lying.
Alder.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it
Alder,
was delivered to her. Wait, Alder.
Yep, you're right.
Do you want me to check my many pockets?
At a certain point, Alder, the lying becomes actively harmful to just the general cohesion of the group.
I can start at the bottom and work my way up.
Now, I do find the lying, I would say, rather charming, like when a child lies to you about a thing they've just done in front of you. But I do think you're lying, Alder.
I genuinely can't. I'm gonna just check.
Was it a
in my
verbal
pockets.
message? Is it a verbal message to you're lying by omission?
Hold on. I think I
I
want to
haven't
deliver the
slept all
message
night,
now.
okay?
I think I want to deliver the message.
Oh,
see,
you do?
This man, Johan, came in and I said, anybody working for whoever has to come through me. And then your friend comes to the door with another one of your friends who we saw last night. And then your Johan, he says that you should come to lunch for a meeting with Elizabeth Pile at lunch 12.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
That was said specifically to you.
Uh-huh.
It's older.
Yep. That was.
And what this was half an hour ago. So I don't
That's
think
a
you
long
forgot.
time. I think it's a bit. Yeah. I mean.
You said
yeah,
something about feeding yourself extra.
Now
did
that
I?
does. Yes, they will often lie for food.
I just.
Like a hungry Labrador.
Don't know if that
Well,
species
he
exists
said
yet.
Thank you for that voice in my head who pisses me off.
Well, you caught me in a lie. I guess that's something quite new. I don't do that quite often, but I do apologize. I really hope you can. Benedict, do you forgive me?
It's already forgiven. I expect you'll lie to me again, probably this evening.
Yes, of course. Of course.
Yes, it will be that late.
Yes. Do I still get extra food?
No.
You can have all of mine.
Oh, Daffodil, you are so sexy. Thank you so much.
We know. We know.
So,
Can I have some of your food? But like you have to like chew some of it first.
That is absolutely fine.
This is perverse. Some of us are going to Ibsen.
You are
Some of us-
diabolically
you
horny.
did not start that sentence as if you were going to say fine. I say we take a little break now. And we come back and maybe roll more than one dice. Because we got an introduction, and aside from that, might be scoping out of prison again, going back, doing some blackmail. Thank you everybody for joining us. It's been great to have you. And just a little note to say if you want to go find, we're at Six Planes or at Six Planes Games on the Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. And if you want to give us a little email, because it'd be nice to hear from you, if you do enjoy the game or if you enjoy the podcast, if you listen in, like give us a little email that says hello, and you can find us at sixplanesgames@gmail.com to do that. Also rate the podcast 5 stars, and this week if you can leave a comment on your 5 stars, aka not Spotify, then you can say what the best fish stew you ever had was.
And tell your friends. tell your friends. Word of mouth. Tell them if you're
And
enjoying
don't
Tell
forget
yourself.
them
to
all
use-
about the best fish stew you ever had.
Yeah.
We want everyone to be talking about fish stew.
No, I mean tell them about the podcast, not about the fish stew. The fish stew is a private thing for us to read. Don't you go share
Which
that
is-
around.
Well, you know what? I'm really keen to have people review my fish stew because of these fine ingredients I got
Oh,
from Hello
God!
Fresh.
Huge thank you to Oscar Russell of
we brought it
Watchtower
back
Design.
around.
Find more of Oscar stuff on Watchtower Design, and a huge thank you to Natasha Sofla for all of the music. We will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Mine was sharp. That was like a real sting.
Mine always looks a bit wobbly. After the slap goes on, the microphone just goes meow, 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 meow.
It would really help if I'd written down who the demon's hand was before I started this whole thing, but I don't know. At some point, you'll just find somebody and I'll go, it was them. Whoa! They're turning into a chicken. Claws are coming out of their eyes.
This is all good stuff to put in at the end.